Okay. Shit. Ailey Marie said, fuck, marry, kill. Kaz, Jesper, or Wylan. Why would you do this to me? Like, why didn't you just put Matthias? Because as much as I love Matthias, like, I would have killed him in a heartbeat. Like, this is not fair. Okay, fine. I would marry Wylan because Wylan is my baby, and also because Wylan is rich. You know, since his father was his father. I don't want to spoil it for those that have not read it, but since his father got into, you know, where Wylan has been rich, so I would fuck Jesper because although Wylan is gay, Jesper is bi, so he would not mind fucking me. And I don't know, man. I just think that that's Zimeni will make. Like, he has moves. Like, that's Zimeni sharpshooter has moves. And I would kill Kaz because although he's my baby, he has survived death. He keeps surviving death. So I know he will come back to me alive. Probably swimming in dead bodies and coming to, like, put a hit on me. But he will survive. So cheers to Kaz Breaker. Next question is, what is a book you'd like to see adapted to a TV show? Ooh, yeah. A book I like to see adapted to a TV show has to be The Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor that I'm currently body reading with the love of my life, Sarah of Novel Serendipity. Okay, actually, we have started reading Days of Blood and Starlight. We're almost done. We've gotten to that part where, you know, the Thurible shows up and Kara is like, who is in there? And every of us are like, ah. Yes, we've gotten to that part. So, yes. But anyway, I do think that the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy would make brilliant, like, if they have the budget and they take their time, the vividness of the world, the combination of Laura Medi and Prague and Oretz and like Morocco, like, I just think that all those locations and those shots, like the mix of Chimera and Seraphim and human, like, it just be beautiful. And I want to see Carol's blue hair on TV. I'm biased like that, so yes. Ari of RK Gold says, do you want to move to New Orleans? Of course I do, love. Like, of course I would move to your place in a heartbeat, and we would spend every single evening getting drunk on bourbon. Jamie says, are you single? Yes, I am single. Unfortunately, like, it's so sad because you will see my face and like come in contact with my personality and you would think that I am not single, but unfortunately I am. I'm also polyamorous and also bisexual, like, so, like, just hit me up. And I'm also open to like long distance relationships, so like I said, hit me up. Okay, so Jamie says, what are the pros and cons of living in Nigeria? And I would say the pros are, one, if you're black, you would not know that you're black because black is the default. Like, it wasn't until I like went online that I realized I was black. Before then I was just me, just Nigerian and stuff. Also, a big pro is that you learn how to survive. Like, Nigeria is a survival of the fittest game, so you have to be smarter, stronger, faster, more confident, you know, more resilient than others for you to survive, because it would break your spirit and break you if you are not. The worst part of living in Nigeria is all of that, you know, like, if you, I would say Nigeria is not for the weak-hearted. I would say that we are all constantly moving in motion. We're dealing with PTSD. We're dealing with so many other things, so many untreated issues, and we just lash out and find a way to lash out. And so if you're not strong enough to take that in and not let it get into your core, into the core of who you are, then you might not survive, because Nigerians are not the most tolerating bunch. That's like the worst thing about this country. We are not the most tolerating. We are one of the most accepting, but we are not one of the most tolerating. And I recognize the irony in that. So Jamie says, what's the book you are most excited to read in the next 3 months? April, May, June, July, August, September. Shit. I like to point that I just got baited in bourbon and coke. So ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. So just a second. Ooh, okay. What was the question? I can't remember. What's the book you're most excited to read in the next 3 months? So, May, June, July. I can't even choose Children of Virtue and Vengeance because that was moved to December. So I would go with The Wicked Sense because I heard it's a celebration of the dark power that people can wield, you know, and how willing we are to go to order to achieve what we want. And you all know your girl is a fan of anti-heroes and villains, so that sounds like it's just exactly my cup of tea. And it's coming out in April, so that fits. And yes, that is one of the most anticipated books for me in over the next 3 months. So yeah, okay. So AG McDonald says, if there was one book you could make every subscriber read, what would it be? The answer to that is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. Read that damn book. Sure. You know, you'll be like, oh my god, it's a YA book. But it's not a YA book. It's like everything book. That book could easily be 3 separate books and it would still stand on its own. That shows the skill and amazingness and the marvelousness that is the brilliant mind of R.F. Kuang. I'm just saying, like, we should read that book. Everybody should read that book. If you had to write a book with your least favorite book character, who would be in it? That would be simple. That would be Malyen Oreste from Shadow and Bone. Okay. Oh, followed closely by Tamlin of A Court of Thorns and Roses, which means if I was to tell their story, the two of them decide that, holy shit, we have been really shitty to the women we love, and then they walk away and become better people. That would be the entire synopsis. That's the give me a bestseller, y'all. That is like #1 on the New York Times bestseller list for Malyen and Tamlin to realize that they treated their SO like shit and that the other person deserves better than them, and that they have to learn to accept who they are, and that they have to learn to move on and find someone else because they blew their chances. So yes. Cindy says, Cindy of Read with Cindy says, what's your favorite character archetype? You know, girl, should I be real with you? Can I be real with you? I didn't know what character archetypes were, so I googled it. Yes, sir. Okay, so I googled it, and I think my answer for that would be the rebel, because I gravitate towards characters who shake off the chains and binds that society will otherwise have put around them and make a name and carve a place for themselves. So they push against what society would expect and become their own person. And you know, it's just all about revolting and rebelling against what society would want you to be and becoming somebody else. And a reason why I love Akumath, by the way, like, it's like it was just all about detailing Feyre's journey into that point, which I appreciated. Okay, so the next question says, what's making you happy right now? It's from Leah. So she says, what's making you happy right now? Hobby, person, idea, or otherwise? Okay, so what is making me happy right now? At this exact moment in time, other than the beauty that is American honey bourbon, because alcohol always makes me happy, other than bourbon, it has to be Akumath, A Court of Mist and Furies, just because, like I said, like, I always appreciate when a book is like, okay, character be dark, accept it. Like, the reason why Jude Duarte is one of my favorite characters, the reason why Evelyn Hugo is one of my favorite characters, the reason why Kaz Brekker is one of my favorite characters, the reason why Rhysand is one of my favorite characters is because they are all willing to accept just who exactly they are. No pretenses, no false assumptions of being better than they actually are. They know they are not good, they know they are not better, and they are perfectly fine with that. And Akomav, and reading Akomav and Akowo and coming to that realization, watching Farah come to that realization just makes me so happy, because I repeat, human beings are not natural. I'm sorry, maybe it sounds too cynical or jaded, but I actually do believe that human beings should change themselves by pretending to be something that they are not, because they are actually not. We are a people given, we are a species given to manipulation and opportunism, and to pretend to be otherwise, for me, it's like doing ourselves a great disservice. But that's just my own thought. The next question says, oh my god, like, I had so many questions. Okay, so is there a popular book or show in Nigeria that you wish would make it to other countries? I would go with the stage performance of The Secret Lives of Babasegi's Wives by Lola Shoneyin. It's based off of a book titled The Secret Lives of Babasegi's Wives, and I saw the stage performance, the stage play, last year in October for Ake Arts and Festival, and that was just I can watch that stage play over and over for the rest of my life. It was that good, that talented, that creative, that poignant, that beautiful. And if I was to choose anything to export to the rest of the world, I would want the rest of the world to watch that stage play, because it speaks to so much. It speaks to both Nigerian culture and tradition, but at the same time the wave of women and feminism and the acceptance we have slowly started to step into, this belief that we are more than our ovaries, we are more than providing for a man, we are more than birthing him children, we are so much more than that. And I love the themes of the story. I love this love the stage performance, and that is what I would want to share with the rest of the world. The Secret Lives of Babasegi's Wives by Lola Shoneyin, stage performance. Okay, so Leah also asks, do you have a favorite travel memory? I don't really travel that much. But alcohol is like nature's gift, so I don't know why we do not love it as much. Okay, so fondest travel memory. I don't travel as much, but I remember last year I went with a group of friends to the Oshun Grove. Now, for those that don't know, the Oshun Grove is just that, it's a grove. It's in Oshun State. It's basically the seat of the goddess Oshun. If you follow Santeria religions or books, you would know her as Ochun. That's Ochun. She featured in Pride by Ibizo Boy, just in case you don't know. Except for the fact that the Ochun that was in that book is not the same Oshun, the goddess, that I know from Yoruba mythology / folklore. That Ochun loves yellow. The Oshun I know loves white. So yes, sorry, my camera went a bit off, so I had to, do the needful. So yes, like I was saying, a group of friends of mine and I went to the Oshun Grove in Oshun State, and it was a magical experience. It was cool listening to all the culture and tradition and the folklore, and the settling of Oshun people in the area, why that spot was chosen, the significance of the Oshun festival every year. And I just love that. I went to get to prayers. Like, I am not necessarily a religious person, but I am a spiritual person, and being in that space and that time and connecting with the goddess and like recognizing what I was like, I was a part of something bigger than myself, like a history that has been in the making for centuries. It just felt very comforting. And then after we were done with going to the Oshun Grove, we went to the Erin Jesha waterfall, which is this really high waterfall that has like 7 separate levels. And the last time I went to the last and only time I'd been to the waterfall was 10 years prior, when I was in 2007, and I had only been able to get to the 2nd level of the waterfall. I could not go any further. I was tired, I was exhausted, and so we went back to uni, because I was in uni then, and then we went back to the university. And then now that when I went back there like 11 years later, you know, and I'd gotten to the 1st floor, and the friends I came with at that point in time had left me because I was tired and I was exhausted, and they were like, oh, you can just stay here and wait for us, we'll come back. And I'm like, fuck you, I want to see the view. So they went ahead of me. I didn't have a guide, and I just started climbing, and it was hellish, and it was hard, and it was difficult, and I was out of shape and out of breath, but I pulled on through sheer determination, and I made it to the 6th floor. I was even ready to go to the 7th floor, but at that point in time it was already evening, and apparently to go from the 6th floor to the 7th floor was a two-hour trek, and it was already like almost 4:35, so we didn't want to be trekking that late at night and then having to climb down, because like the stones are very slippery. So like climbing down those stones late at night is just like a bad idea. So we just ended up changing our minds and just going home. But now I know that if I want to, I can actually pull that off. So I was very proud of myself. Okay, so the rest of Adriana's question, she said, what do you do for a living? I actually work in advertising. I'm a writer, I'm a creative writer, and I work in advertising as a copywriter, and I do occasional writing on the side, but that's basically what I do. Any other hobbies apart from reading? I mentioned that earlier. I play PS4, I watch a lot of TV, and Korean, not just Korean, but like Asian stuff, like so K-dramas, C-dramas, J-dramas, Taiwanese dramas, you name it. The next question, or rather, okay, so I'm going to like, okay, so Kate asks, how many languages can you speak? I actually can only speak 3 languages. I can speak English language, you know, because for those that don't know, you know, Nigeria was colonized by the British, you know, and when they left us with their language, so we all had no choice. We just had to adapt it, because we're a bunch of warring different tribes before the British decided that they were going to amalgamate us into one country in 1914, courtesy of, you know, Sir Lord Lugard and his wife Fiona Lugard, who decided to give us a name straight out of the Niger Delta. Like, yes, the reason why we're called Nigeria was because she said, oh, that's the Niger River, we can call them Nigeria. Interesting. So I speak English, I speak Pidgin English, which a lot of Nigerians speak, and I speak Yoruba because I was born in Ibadan and I grew up in Ibadan. So I'm primarily an Ibadan Yoruba speaking girl, and I also spoke Ibadan because Oko Yami was Yoruba. He grew up in Ibadan. He was born in Ibadan. What is a language you would like to learn? I think I would really love to learn Korean or Japanese, just because I watch a lot of anime and read a lot of manga, and I also watch a lot of K-dramas, and it always sucks when I have to wait until the translations come. Like that's the only reason I want to learn, because it sucks when I have to wait until the translations come out before I can actually figure out what is happening. So it would be really cool to know rather than having to wait for the translation. Okay, so author O.M. Willis says, who would you be if you could be in any book you've read? If I could be in any book I've read, I would probably definitely be a Slytherin character. Now, I know I do not have the brilliance / mind of Evelyn Hugo, and I do not have the dastardly spirit of Kaz Brekker, so it might not be a Slytherin character after all. I'll probably lose myself somewhere in Children of Blood and Bones, because one, think about it, I do not have magical powers, so thankfully I don't think I will be oppressed. I hope not. And I think I'll just lose myself in the crowd. If not, I probably would choose Lily Taylor's Daughter of Smoke and Bone. I will just find myself in Prague somewhere and just stay away, and when the Seraphim come calling, I will be running straight for Morocco, because I know my best chance of survival is going to be with Karal. I was asked favorite non-fiction books, favorite translated books. Now, my favorite non-fiction book, interestingly enough, is Becoming by Michelle Obama. I mentioned in my February wrap-up that I love her, and I love the voice in which she gave to her autobiography. I thought it was memorable, and it was vulnerable, and it was also honest, and she did not, like, hold back, but she laid herself bare, when she was selfish, when she was supporting and accommodating. I just love the fact that we saw the different facets of who Michelle Obama Robinson was, and I appreciated that. So yes, I think one of my favorite non-fiction books has to be Becoming by Michelle Obama. I also love The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Ronson, because I used to be really concerned about what other people thought, and that book did help me, slightly break out of that. I say slightly because I am still a work in progress. And I also love the third fictional book I love is a book I'm rereading this month, and that is A Big Life in Advertising by Mary Wells Lawrence, because it basically tells us about the life and what it means to be a woman in advertising in the 60s and 70s, and all the things she had to overcome. And it's just like a subtle nod, like, this is the things I had to overcome in order to get you to where you are right now, because I am in advertising. And that's another reason why I love that. I appreciated that, because of her and other women that sacrificed to be in advertising so that I could currently be in advertising today. And although it is primarily male dominated, there are still women in advertising, and that makes me happy. So yes, those are my three favorite non-fiction book. My favorite translated work, I actually don't think I necessarily read a lot of translated work, so I don't think I can answer the question to that. I am still reading The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Something tells me though that when I finally do get the chance to finish it, it will probably be one of my favorite books, but as of now I still haven't finished it. So yes. Now the final question is from Christine, and she says, where should I travel to in Nigeria? I think your best bet, especially because you're doing your master's thesis on the Biafran War, and especially because you're doing your master thesis on the Biafran War. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the south part of Nigeria is currently, like, dealing with stuff, because they keep kidnapping people, especially if you're white or you look like you could be possibly rich, because they want to make money. So So they keep kidnapping people, and I would not advise the south. I would say tread carefully in the southeast, but at least, even if it is to land first in Nigeria and then plot your way, I would say come to Lagos first, because it's a cosmopolitan, is more acceptable, more more adaptable. And then, like, once you're settled in Lagos and you have Lagos as your home base, then you can now start building contacts in other parts of the country, so that you have tour guides and seers and basically people connected with the instances that you want to do an interview of. So yes, but if anybody, I'm not just you, Christine, but if anybody wants to come to Nigeria, I would say come to Lagos first, because that is the commercial hub, and it's also an insane madman's hatter house, and would drive you mad. So if you can survive Lagos, then I am proud to say you can survive anywhere, because that's what we do as Lagosians. We survive, we thrive. So that seems to be all the questions I got. I know it seems small, but then when I realized that I've been talking for the past hour and a half, it doesn't really seem small. Your hospitality has been beyond compare. Thank you very much. I really did enjoy this session. For everybody that is watching, I hope I answered your questions. If I still didn't answer your questions, please do not forget to leave it down below in the comment bar, and I will definitely get back to you. If you like this video, please do not forget to give it a big thumbs up. Check out my other videos, subscribe if you want to. I make new videos every Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I will see you soon. Until then, stay passionate, love books, love yourself. Bye. Ouch. Ouch. Wood. Lights. We should have a conversation. This is my house. Now I sound like, what's the name of that movie? with the weasel. Was he a fox? The Incredible Mr. Fox. I sound like Mr. Fox. I'm the Incredible Mr. Fox. Thomas somebody, Molly the alley cat. I've got that wonder. Gotta walk the street, gotta feel that magic dust. Feel the hands that's green, yeah. Something but in my regret, yeah. Da 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 dun 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 da 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 da. You were the one that put on ring finding duty, and you cannot be pierced. So yeah. Thomas Somali, Somali the alley cat. I got that wonder. Gotta walk the streets, gotta feel that city dust, feel the lands that green. Yeah, I'm always there, and in every class. Ooh. Da 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 dum 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 happen to be da 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 da. Jury separate pace it. Da 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 da. Thomas the Molly. Da 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 da. Oh Molly the alley cat. Yes, I just sang the song, or at least I attempted to sing the song for Aristocats. Ooh. The plan. I almost finished this small bottle of bourbon, but I did not. But it turns out that when you drink and you have not eaten all day, and you also have a cold, don't worry, I have not taken my cold medicine yet. I do not intend to take it today because like I've been drinking. But which PSA people, when you've been drinking or you've had on drugs, something, your best bet is to wait till the next day before you take a cough syrup or soft mixture or something like that, because your body could still be trying to negate the alcohol, and if there's the alcohol in your system, your body would have to react to it. And seeing that we all share some variation of the same body, let's not make that happen. So cheers. And let's be real, if nobody makes sense of what I just said,